Hey gang, Mike Mataluni from Kick-Ass Dad, Passionate Parenting in a Volatile World, and I'm here today to talk to you about lack. So most of us think that we just don't have enough of what we need. We don't have enough time, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough energy, whatever it is, we just don't have enough. So what are we going to do about that? Well, the first thing is stop freaking out. Freaking out is a choice. We can either go into fight or flight mode. This is very, very important to understand because this is how our brains have evolved over time. Way back in the day, we used to have to either fight or run. And we've experienced a shift in reality. Over time, humans have evolved into a civilized state of being. Well, what does that mean? Basically what happened was we used to either have to kill or be killed. Today, we can go to Publix. We can go to Walmart, we can go to any store and shop our little hearts out, and we don't have to worry as much about the fight or flight response. So what does all this have to do with perceiving lack in the world, perceiving that there's not enough? Well, think about it. Whenever you experience stress, you either go into that fight or flight mode, right? So let's say my air conditioner broke down. Now my air conditioner breaks down and I'm freaking out, right? I'm automatically going to stress mode. I either want to run away or I want to attack the situation or blame somebody. Well, in that experience, in that state of mind, we're not thinking creatively. We're not utilizing this frontal lobe that we've evolved over time to begin to use our creative imagination and think outside of the box. So how do you get rid of stress? How do you get rid of this idea of lack, that there's not enough? Because as soon as I know that my refrigerator broke down or my AC broke down, I automatically go into, oh my God, I don't have enough. So in order to break out of that cycle, we've really got to allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling. We can't resist the situation. We often refer to this in Kick-Ass Dad as putting the oxygen mask on. Just as in an airplane, when you're in a distressed situation, the oxygen mask pops down, you put it on your own face before the face of your child. Why? Well, because it allows you to breathe, you oxygenate the bloodstream, and you're more able to handle the response required for that situation. So what does all this have to do with lack, Michael? Get to the point! The point is, as long as we go into fight or flight, we're going to experience a feeling, a sensation of lack. So in order to change that, we've got to make a serious mental shift. So you're going, Michael, well, get to the point. What does this have to do with lack? How does this have to do with me experiencing the world the way it is? Well, I'll tell you. As long as we go into fight or flight mode, we get locked into stress, we get locked into irritation, and we're not thinking creatively. We believe now that the world is out to get us, or there's not enough for everyone. And so we go into this spiral of negativity in our own minds, and that negative self-talk kicks in. So by putting on the oxygen mask, taking some time to meditate, to think about, to experience what you're feeling, to not resist it, because whatever we resist persists. If we try to push it away, it comes right back at us. So we've got to allow ourselves. This is the oldest teaching of Zen wisdom, is you've got to, when sitting in meditation, allowing oneself to experience one's own feelings and letting them move through as opposed to trying to resist. Okay, so now we're sitting in meditation, we've allowed ourselves to experience this experience of lack, of frustration, of not having enough, and now we've let it move through. And now we can come right out of that stress cycle. And now we can think more creatively. And now we can start to journal. And now we can think about all the ways outside of the box instead of going, why me? There's never enough. I'm lacking in time, money, energy. Those are all affirmations that when said over and over, we begin to believe. And they're reactions based on what life has presented us with. But we are responsible for how we respond to life and how we create our lives based on the experiences that we have. So instead of getting so attached when something goes wrong and just assuming stress and then realizing or reacting and saying there's not enough, try doing the opposite. Sit down, take a deep breath, put the oxygen mask on, and allow yourself to experience what you're feeling while not creating attachment to it. And just understand that it's an emotion, it's going to run through, and then the creative centers of the brain can open up. Let them. This is what's going to allow you to live the biggest life possible. Because as long as we allow the brain to swim in a cycle of lack and not enough, then we're literally creating those responses in our body and mind that are going to behave in ways that are going to prove that to be true. I don't have the energy now to be creative and think outside of the box. I don't have the energy to do something about it. And this is the art of recreating one's own experience. This is the art of choosing to let go of stress, to utilize that reptilian mind the way it was and let it go, and now choose to use that frontal lobe of the brain, which allows you infinite imagination, infinite creativity to produce the life of your dreams.